Do you find yourself learning more and more information and never taking action? Well, I used to be like that, and I'm still sometimes like that, which is why I always recommend that you take action before you feel ready, because it's rare that you feel totally ready for something and you take action. What happens to me, especially when I'm doing something new, when I'm following my heart, when I'm following my passion, is that I feel anxious. I feel a bit afraid. I feel like if I could just have a bit more information, I could guarantee that things would turn out just right. And I did this for years and years until I discovered that I just had to start with what I had and do what I could. Because once I began taking action, I realized that the thoughts in my head about guarantees and security and success and avoiding failure were all just thoughts. I assumed that failure was a bad thing, when in fact it was just a part of the learning process. And I can never guarantee that I'll be secure for the rest of my life. I can't guarantee anything. All I can do is start with what I have and do my best. So that's why I often talk about action-based learning, and some people call it just-in-time learning, which is basically learning enough to take the next step. So let's say you want to make videos. Well, if you have a cell phone, a smartphone, you can make videos today. You can start recording videos. So for example, I'm recording this on my iPhone, and if you go back and look at my earliest videos, I recorded those on my webcam on my laptop. So they aren't pretty, and I was a bit scared of making videos at that time, and eventually I stopped making videos for a year because it was too exhausting and too much work. And now I picked it up again. But what I did in those early days is that I knew that I was going to be afraid, and I knew that jumping in and making videos was going to show me what I needed to do, what I needed to learn, and what I needed to avoid. So my videos aren't perfect right now, but I'm sharing what I know with you. It's the content that matters. And I'm learning a lot by doing more videos. So you can see the progression in my videos and how much I've improved. At least it seems to me that I've improved. And the more videos I make, the better I become. So whatever you want to do in life, stop thinking in terms of giant leaps and think in terms of tiny steps. So don't think about, let's say you want to write. Don't think about writing a book, but focus on maybe writing one tweet. Maybe write a short article, write a short story, write in your journal something that no one sees. It's not so much about getting somewhere, because you can't control where you're going to end up. All you can control is the process and what you do right here, right now, with what you have. So I can only record this video and put it out there, and I can tell my audience about it, but that's pretty much it. Where it goes from there, I don't know, and that's a part of what makes life interesting. We don't know what will happen. So stop trying to learn everything and ask yourself what the next tiny step is that you can take. And if you don't know what step to take, it doesn't matter where you start. Because as they say, all roads lead to Rome. And in this case, if you're following your heart and doing the best you can, all roads lead to where you need to be, because you can only do your best with what you have. When you try to do something you can't do, you feel anxious, you feel frustrated, and you feel like you aren't good enough, when in fact you're already doing what you can. So it's a bit circular, so So yeah, it's about taking the next step, learning from making mistakes, and moving forward, because this is what life is all about. It's not about getting somewhere, it's about the process, about the journey, about this moment, because it's hard to explain, but I suggest you try it. If you feel overwhelmed about taking the next few steps, then you're thinking too big. Think tiny. As I said, if you want to write, think about writing 100 words in your journal. Write 100-word story or publish 100-word blog post. We're in such a rush to succeed and to impact millions of people that we forget that we can only help one person at a time. So look at what you want to learn, where you want to go, and ask yourself, what's the next tiniest step that I can take? And if you enjoyed this video, click like, remember to subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.